Hello everyone. We just gotten the most recent patch, which is pretty big on some of these aspects. Meshing configuration is still the same at 4 servers in Stanton, 6 in Pyro. Due to the size of Pyro compared to Stanton, it definitely would require more servers, as well as since it's going to be a new station, well, system, it's going to attract more people. So prepare for a lot of griefing. As for your testing feedback and focus, I would recommend you guys who are able to go on EPTU, and if everything goes well, we're going to be exceeding and going to PTU for its last wave. Um, I really don't know what they mean by wave 4, wave 2, wave 1 ordeal. Um, if you guys have an idea, let me know so I can at least understand what the hell I'm reading on that. Um, they added more PUIs in the system. Mission Refactor. I would probably say if you guys do go and give feedback, tell them that their prices for their missions are really bonkers. It's really off. Like there's no real balance. Say a T3 mission from a bunker run is uh, cheaper than a bounty mission of the same level. Um, I believe that there should be somewhat of a balance because it does require some skill for bunker runs, definitely in Pyro, definitely in those contested zones. That's another one that a lot of people are going to be looking towards. Definitely the end-game rewards that you get from it. Uh, so it's one of those things that if you guys do a lot of contested zones, give as much feedback as you can to them. Jump points always a miss and hit. As one time I go to Pyro, I don't hear the music. All I hear is a weird grinding of my ship, and that's practically it. Advanced HUD view. They are enhancing some more qualities, and capital ships now have we call it like a pre-tractor to your movement, so you have a better understanding of when you turn how far your turn is. You can turn sharper, and that predestined path will show. It's actually pretty cool. Definitely something that's needed for the capital ships. Home locations for your spawning. This is one of those ordeals that some people have a tendency of spawning under the hangar of their home location because now it is viable. So you don't have to run around Microtech with your head cut off, try and get through Homicideville, that we call the tram system. Same thing in Hurston. Although I would never know why you guys would spawn there, or since the only way to go. At least their trams don't try to kill you. Known issues. I'm not going to go through all of them. So I just mentioned some of them. So we're going to skip through those. Gameplay features. Locations, obviously, planet gravity and atmosphere. They have altered these, either increasing or decreasing these. So now you can get out of some atmosphere sooner than others, as well as increasing or altering the temperatures for these planets to look more like they should. Um, you're also, where is it? Because it's an important one. Uh, where is it? There is the turret aiming and auto gimbal mode. So, understanding this, the turret will now use a different variant of auto gimbals. While in auto mode, check the self status in the visor cast. The crosshair acts like a manual gamble mode. Gunners have to put the crosshair on the target in order to initiate the auto gimbal process. The UI will let you know when a good firing solution has been achieved. AI controlled turrets also have less of a tendency to fire through their own hole. Fix VJoy missing in turrets and ADS. So, apparently, it seems like, and I haven't tested this because it just came out like 20 minutes ago. It seems like you got auto targeting now for your gimbals when they're active. Um, which is pretty cool. It gives you a little bit more ease because the issue that I have with going in gimbal mode is you can't see the cursor. It's a lot harder depending on the ship, the paint, the movements, gun firing, all the other flares of explosions. It's it gets hard to track that. Definitely when you have two targets, two crosshairs. God forbid some of your armaments don't have gimbal mode, or they have different guns, and then you're going to have more than that. So it's a lot easier to manage, and it's going to be easier for those who's new at dogfighting. For those veteran ones, it's one of those things where you gotta bite the bullet for the greater of the populace. They altered one of the known issues where a med pen couldn't get into the armor. Like I said, I have not tested this. I'm just reporting what the update has on everything for people who don't normally check on Spectrum's page. They do these builds every day, so there's going to be a lot of altering. Hopefully, we can actually put a med pen in our um, armor. The med pen should always be able to go into any part of your armor, legs or core. Um, Tweak the fuse health reduction over time to connect to the CZ doors to last 30 seconds. So if you run with a large group, make sure everyone's at the door so you're not wasting time. This makes no sense because it's already easy to get two damage, unless T3. So the issue I have with this, and I don't believe it should be implemented. They should just focus on the armor to increase or decrease the damage reduction. Because I think right now there's not a lot of noticeable difference between medium and heavy armor or light armor and medium. Um, because I feel like we're all running the same speed. We move just as we would normally. I haven't really tested or noticed it. Right now, I believe all the armor's practically the same. I always run heavy just because if there is some sort of difference, even if it's just a minuscule amount, I'd rather take advantage of that. Ships and vehicles, advanced HUD and MFD, visual optimization, and label pass. This is what I was previously talking about with those capital ships. Now you can see, not can't remember how they said it. It's just a pre-path movement in your HUD display. They also allow it in your helmet now. What do you call it? Yeah, I don't think it's on the ship itself. Maybe it is. I believe it might be. I haven't tested this. Everyone had their helmet on, so I don't know if this is a helmet function or a ship function. Hopefully it's a ship function because if it's only for capital ships, because they are a lot harder to deal with. Hopefully they have them with the Hull C and all the higher upgrades of that variant. Because once that Hull C is fully equipped with all that cargo, you ain't moving worth a shit. Weapons items, Grin multi-tool tracker beam increased the max distance but lowered the max force. So I believe you won't be able to go and move uh, 16 SCU crates anymore. I believe it will be pushed down to what do you call it? 8 SCU. I don't know if there's anything between 8 and 16. I think that's the only difference. Um, yeah. Cortec further network and interaction delay optimization. Further corpse ragdoll fixes and networking improvement will help with the jittering corpses and performance. Uh, that's always going to be an issue, no matter what game it is. You're not going to have perfectly sprawled out people. Updated all loading screens and spawn location screens to be specific to their locations. So when you're loading into a particular part from your main menu, say you want to jump to Stanton, on, or you're picking your spawn, those loading screens are going to be specific to that location. This, I believe, was already implemented the last update. Further spawn closet performance I can't even say the word. Optimized. Spawn closets are your NPC spawns. So a lot of issues were known that you had bosses spawning in locations that they weren't supposed to be. They had different variants of NPCs spawning into the wrong bunkers or different parts of the bunkers. So they fixed that as well as optimized. So hopefully they can spawn regularly as planned. Uh, Instance hangar streaming optimization. Uh, Hangar streaming. I don't really know if that's what they're talking about, streaming while playing in the game, or if it's something completely different. I haven't heard of this, so I wouldn't know for sure if it's an in-game or a streaming issue. Uh, a lot of freaking bugs. The one thing that you'll practically see is these will always be popping up. There's always going to be multiple of the same variant of bugs. They're just doing what they can. Client crashes, same thing can happen 10 different ways. So they're just clearing out what they have, showing a progress report. I believe they have it down here, like it was an overall. Yeah, like 78 server crashes they fixed, 89 client crashes. It's pretty cool. I definitely appreciate seeing these updates. Um with these bug fixes, it's one of those things where people might not notice or they do. It's either going to be reduced on that one particular part. Hopefully, the one thing I definitely do want is this right here. Um, so this issue right here, when you see a ASOP terminal that's bugged out, it's usually because someone was accessing it when they crashed. And when they crash, it has a tendency of having those ASOPs just not working right. Um, Also, I don't know what they mean by server recovery. If they're going to have a server error and this is how they recover it. I know a lot of games like Ark, when there's a crash, since servers don't save continuously, they, update like a couple of minutes depending on the server settings. You might fall back some. I believe that's not the issue with this one. I believe it's continuously saving. I haven't come across one in the last like 7 years I played that I ever had like a rollback on progress. I just know loss of progress. You buy something, server crashes, and now you don't have that something, but your money's missing. I've definitely gone through that. Um, what else? Anything big? I know they haven't mentioned the bug, the UI interaction, well, the interaction with the seats for the Vulture. Seems like people just deal with getting damage trying to sit down in a Drake ship. I guess that's one of those things you guys sign up for all you Drake lovers out there. You got ships with no sinks unless it's a cutter, and you have seats that cause damage to you. So I don't know what's your guys' ordeal there, but I'm not going to kink shame you. If you want to get beaten up by your own chair, that's on you. I'm still going to stick with my origin. Um, with that, I'm just keeping these quick and simple when they pop up. Keep an eye on Spectrum. I believe there's a notification that you can have set up so you can have it on your Discords as well as on your account. Um, until the next build or whenever 4.0 pops up, we'll definitely let you know, but prepare for 4.0 as I already said, my guess that it's going to be out before New Year's. Just because I'm not New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve, my bad, not next year, Christmas Eve. Um, so keep an eye on that, and see you guys next time in the verse.